Avengers Infinity War, directed by the Russo brothers, starring basically everyone at this point. It is the crown jewel, in my opinion, of the MCU, the first part of the two-chapter finale or that all of the previous movies have slowly been building up to, the Infinity Saga. And even as Winter Soldier remains my personal favorite, I do think that as a superhero film, Infinity War is ahead of it in many ways. So the film opens with Thanos, the big bad teased in multiple movies before, attacking Thor's ship to get the Tesseract and the Infinity Stone it contains. He is quickly able to do so, leaving the heroes, including Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the recent heroes Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Black Panther, to try and scramble and mount a defense to stop Thanos from his ultimate goal, which is to collect all 6 Infinity Stones and use his gauntlet to erase half of sentient life in the entire universe. So, first thing that comes to mind, even after repeat viewings, is that the movie is nearly impeccable in terms of pacing. It's quite long, 2 hours 29 minutes, but it's never boring because it's just so damn brisk. Things just keep happening. There are so many action sequences, but even the slower scenes in between are engaging as they are all extremely relevant to the story at hand. I mean, it's really one of the few examples I can think of where every single scene of the film serves the plot. It moves it forward in some way. And because Thanos is established as the strongest foe ever by a large margin, from basically minute one, this also puts a sense of urgency into the mix. You feel that there isn't much time because this guy is just going. He's focused and determined, and it's going to take everything the heroes have to even attempt to stop him. By the way, the characterization of Thanos is top notch because he's not this generic villain who just wants to rule the world. He has a specific plan, he follows it to the letter while also adhering to something we could call even a moral ethos. He never kills when he doesn't have to, he keeps his word every time. And crucially, his backstory makes him understandable. Insane, still, yes, but you can see his thought process. Also, the technical aspects, the CGI of his face especially is amazing. I think it's one of the best CG characters ever put to screen. And the voice acting by Josh Brolin is cherry on top. On the other side of that, we have every damn superhero ever, and it was always a question, would this movie even be coherent with so many players? Amazingly, not only it is coherent, it also wonderfully juggles all these characters and gives all of them something to do, at least a quick moment to shine. And then each of the main 3 Avengers has an absolutely amazing intro scene. Iron Man putting on the nanosuit for the first time, Captain arriving at the train station, and the immediate massive relief on the faces of Vision and Wanda, and finally Thor's big moment in Wakanda. Also, I have to say that what certainly helped this film with the juggling of the characters is the fact that it didn't really need to introduce any of them from scratch. We know every single person in this film already because they've appeared in previous movies. So it certainly uses the setup that was carefully done, the seeds that were planted in all the previous movies, and now it just takes the pieces that are already on board and just plays with them. And it doesn't have to waste time to provide us the backstory that we already have. Plus, also, it fits in very well with what's going on with Thanos. The fact that he's so successful is kind of also because of the events of the previous films, because of the fact that the Avengers are shattered now and they don't speak to one another, the fact that Asgard is gone with Odin, the fact that the Ancient One died in Doctor Strange. I think it all kind of builds this narrative that this was the moment, the best moment for Thanos to strike, and that's why he was so successful in doing so. All the other aspects of the film, the cinematography, the special effects, performances, dialogue, music, all are of the high quality that Marvel has gotten us used to at this point. But then the movie is also much bolder than any other one before that, because it dares to make this a villain story. If you think about it, the main character of this film is Thanos. He is the driving force, he is the catalyst for everything that happens, and he wins in the end. And the fact that Marvel not only decided to kill some of the beloved characters permanently during the film, but also end the movie with dusting half of the remaining heroes, including the goddamn Spider-Man, was pretty damn bold in my book. And yes, we all knew that they would be coming back eventually in some way, but remembering those horribly silent scenes playing out in a movie theater to a shocked crowd, and Thanos' face lit up by the setting sun with the final shot of the film, and then the title screen, and that's the end of the movie. that was really something. Watching it for the first time, I think I speak not only for myself when I say I had chills, and I know many people, many other people, especially younger audiences, reacted very emotionally to the ending. And as a final point, it is kind of a first chapter to Endgame's real conclusion, but crucially, I do think that Infinity War really stands on its own as an amazing film. You could conceivably walk away from it not knowing that there is a sequel coming and still be satisfied. The movie works as a single piece. So yeah, a couple years and a couple rewatches later, I still love this film. I think that as much as we like to rag on Disney and Marvel for being safe and sanitized, it did take risks, it was bold, and it did things that were not done before, all the while being a terrific superhero movie overall.